Fellow Dentonites, welcome to another episode of The Buzz in Denton, where we're talking about the What's Up Weekend Denton Report, right? So here today, we're going to be talking about Wednesday, the 15th of November, as well as Thursday, the 16th of November. Remember, we do try and condense these down on Wednesdays and Thursdays because there's not quite as much going on, and some of the stuff's also repetitive. But I'm just going to give you a fair warning right now. It's going to be imperative that you look to see what's in the list in the comment section or in the description section. Saturday is jam-packed. If you want shopping, there's shopping. I'm telling you what right now. So without further ado, and also, hey, if you haven't already, do me a favor, click that subscribe button and follow me. Follow The Buzz on Denton on both Facebook and YouTube. So we appreciate you. And if you see me out there, don't be afraid to say hi. Right. So we're going to start off with Wednesday, the 15th of November, where we're going to, we always like to start off now with what national day is it, right? Because it's always fun. It's always fun to kind of celebrate those national days. Right now we have Bundt Cake Day, or Bundt Day is what they call it, but I only know Bundt Cakes. So I'm going to go with that. Go to Bundt Cakes right there in Denton, support them, get some bunts. It's also Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day, right? I think it's that day because, in America here we have Thanksgiving coming up. So it's kind of nice to get that fridge cleaned out. So you can put all brand new leftovers in there, right? I love it. And then it's also America Recycles Day. So that's always important. Make sure you put in some steps to, get a recycling program going on, because that's very, very important for our earth. I personally do what I can every day to limit my amount of trash that I use and get out there. I do encourage people to do it, but I also realize it's not always possible. So, but anyway, without further ado, let's get on with what's happening on Wednesday here. Let me see. It is first off, we always start off with 10-1 Artisan cheese. They do their grilled cheese day. I did not see what this week's was. Unfortunately, they hadn't posted it by the time I was recording this video, but it kicks off at 11 o'clock and then goes until they sell out. Always something good though. Last week's was phenomenal. Let me see. Chestnut Tea Room, of course, on Wednesday through Friday does their happy hour. That's good. They call it the Uncorked. That's where they do small tapas. And then as well as featured wines. That does kick off at 4 o'clock. The bar opens at 4. Food starts at 5. Definitely jump on the Chestnut Tea's Facebook page and see what the menu is. I did not see it this time, but I also think I forgot to look, right? That does happen. El Taco H at 7 o'clock does their Mexican bingo night. That's always a fun time. Get there, have some fun. They usually have drink specials, I believe, as well. More Fun Comics and Games does Dungeons and Dragons night. That kicks off at 7 o'clock. Again, that's a weekly occurrence. Newcomers, they do suggest if you haven't played Dungeons and Dragons for a while, or you haven't done it at all, they do suggest you get there at 6:30 just to get a little acclimated. Make sure everything that you need. Let me see. Then Yellow Dog Art Bar, they do open mic night. It's 7 o'clock. Again, that is a weekly occurrence. So you can go there. They do anything you want to do on open mic. It's up to you. Listen to other people. That's always a fun time too. Patchouli Joe's Books and Indulgences is having their Bookslinger book club. They do that once a month. That does kick off at 7 o'clock. If you have not been part of that yet and always wanted to be part of a book club, I would recommend maybe getting there a little bit early and talk to them. I do think you have to have read the book so you can sit in, but maybe not. Who knows? They'd probably let you sit anyway, because I'm sure that is everybody in Denton, they're very welcoming, right? Let's see. Now we have Steve's Wine Bar. They're doing a dual recital with Pete and Tito. That kicks off at 7:30. I did not see a cover charge on that one, so I believe it's a free concert. But that's also, they are part of UNT Jazz. And if you haven't heard UNT Jazz, it's a phenomenal, phenomenal program. That's one of my favorite stages out at Denton Arts and Jazz Fest. Let me see. RipRocks is doing their trivia night. Did not see what it was this time, unfortunately. They don't really update that, unfortunately, as much as where I need to. But no, definitely go check them out. That kicks off at 8:30. Again, that's a weekly thing. Harvest House is having their Soul Kitchen Band, as well as the Art and Soul Market, where they have multiple vendors come in and kind of sell some of their wares. That does kick off at 8. The Soul Kitchen Band it's a little jazz band. So you definitely want to go and check it out. Awesome performers. I'm going to go on the assumption they're probably UNT based as well, obviously. And then, of course, at Tom's Daiquiri, this is kind of fun. If it wasn't a school night, I guess I'd probably be there. They're doing a Mario Kart tournament. Yes, Mario Kart. Even the people that I talk to that say they don't play video games, I always ask, what about Mario Kart? And every single time they go, oh, but that's different. Because it is. It's fun, right? $5 buy-in on something like that kicks off at 9 o'clock. And that's it. That's it for Wednesday, November the 15th. Now, Thursday, November the 16th, national days again. It is Check Your Wipers Day. Yes. You know, our windshield wipers, it is kind of in rainy season right now, snowy season coming up. You want to make sure that you can see clearly when it is raining. Don't get those streaks. It's time to replace those. National Day for Tolerance. You know, in society, most people are intolerant of everybody. You know, it seems like it doesn't make a difference what it is, unfortunately. And there's a day to turn that tide around a little bit and start becoming tolerant. Even if you don't agree with somebody, it's okay. You can still be friends just because you have difference of opinions on certain things, you know. And that's okay. Look at different types of music. I mean, and I'm gonna throw this out there. iPhone users, Android users, y'all need to get along. You know, y'all have to. So eventually, anyway, just accept the fact that they like a different type of a technology. And then also, it is Great American Smokeout Day. Not the 420 kind of a smokeout, but more it's time to quit smoking. If you smoke cigarettes, if you vape, today's the day to start looking at quitting. Better your life. Get ready for New Year's. Prepare yourself. All right. So what do we have going on? There's a lot going on. Hopefully, I actually put these in the order. First off, at Steve's Wine Bar. We all love Steve and Karen. I mean, you cannot not love them. They're having pizza and wine. Everything is fine celebration, right? That kicks off at 5 o'clock, 5 to 8. There's a $10 cover for that. However, that does include a glass of wine. So you're kind of getting a discount on a glass of wine if you really think about it. You know, their wine fluctuates as far as prices are concerned, but $10 is going to get you a decent glass of wine as well. It is going to be, I'm going to butcher this, but Agio pizza. It's going to be a pop-up. They're doing pretty much kind of just a limited selection there. It's a 12-inch pizza. It is double fermented dough for over 50 hours. That looked absolutely phenomenal. To come out, and what they're trying to do is get people to come out. And if this becomes something that's popular, they'll be able to do these more often. Get these new places in there to check things out. Over at the Denton Civic Center is Chrissy Giving. You know, Chrissy Meloff. Hopefully, I said that right, Chrissy. If I didn't, that's my bad. We'll have to sit and talk and I learn how it's done. She does it's a give back thing, a give back event that kicks off at 5:30 to 7:30. It's a 2-hour event, obviously. It's kind of a Thanksgiving dinner for clients of Chrissy's. It is a RSVP requested, probably required in reality. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to bring things that are needed by some local charities, such as the Cumberland Youth Group and Family Services. I mean, I can tell you, my lodges, we've done fundraising for them and helped benefit them. And a lot of times they just need toiletries, you know, toothpaste, TP, paper towels, you know, feminine products, you know, anything that really, the things that kind of eat up a lot of budgets that are expensive that everybody has to have. Those are probably some of the more desired ones, but there's also other things as well. Jump on her website and look that up. But they're also doing the Interfaith Ministries is also in there. And again, on her page, they do have a lot of things that are requested that they've said that they need on a regular basis. So go check out Chrissy's website and go there. It's the North Texas Fairgrounds. This is a big event right here, folks. You've seen some postings on it already. It is Beaujolais and More. Beaujolais and More, if you're not familiar, is the one single fundraiser that goes on for the Denton Theater. It's how they keep the lights on. It's how they keep things going, keep things up and running. And they can keep ticket prices down for everybody as well. You do have to remember, pretty much everybody there at that theater is a volunteer. You know, I volunteer to do sound for them and everything else. It takes up a lot of time and it's hard. I mean, it's expensive. I mean, imagine what property taxes are like in that place right now. That does kick off at 5:30. I think it goes until 8:30. I think it's 3 hours. It's $30 to get in there. And if you're not necessarily familiar, there's probably 30 different food and drink vendors that come in there. They set their tables up and you get to sample each and every single one. But here's the thing, though. A sample, you think, oh, just that little piece, which is kind of what it is. But you can go back to the table as many times as you want. Generally speaking, the way that I did it last year was my first time when I learned about this was I kind of hit all my spot. I hit all of them on the ones I wanted to try. And then I went back and got my favorites a couple times, you know, so especially by the time everything kind of winds down, big event, lots and lots of people get in there, lots of great networking at that event as well. But go support Denton Theater. It's one of those little things. One, you get fed. There's alcohol that's free that's included. And I mean, why not get fed, drink alcohol? Bonus. Then also now going over to the Dime Store, one of our favorite little arts and crafts stores, right, where they sell people's wares. Let me see, they're doing the paper journal bookbinding workshop. Yeah, how fun is that? Make yourself a journal. That'd be an awesome Christmas present if you think about it, your holiday, whatever it happens to be. Go there, make a little journal for people. You can give that out, and they're going to teach you what to do. They're going to give you all the supplies. That does start at 6 o'clock. Takes a couple hours. Small fee of $60. That does include everything that you need. And then obviously you'll know what to do moving forward. You can make a bunch of them, give them out as presents. Again, it goes kind of back to the recycling thing that we talked about, right? If you're making on your own, there's going to be a lot less waste out there. Now, for that $60 though, I do want to make sure I do talk about that includes everything, but it also includes 2 glasses of wine. Yes, wine, sparkling wine. I think they had on there as well. Let me see. And then we go over to D20 Tavern. They do their LFP night. $5 cover for that. Kicks off at 7 o'clock. Again, it's a weekly event. And if you're not familiar with D20, they're board games, and they're a lot more intense board games. Not like a family or Yahtzee or anything like that. They're good long time games. And it gives you a chance. The LFP basically is they're looking for single people like myself, or maybe there's just 2 of y'all that want to play a game, and it gives you a chance to go in there, pay $5. You get access to all the games. But you also get to join other people's games, especially if they're missing 1 or 2 people, so you can make new friends. I mean, if you're a nerd like me and like to play games like that, it's always nice to have other nerdy friends that like to do the same thing, right? Let's see. Okay, now let's go over to The Dive. Actually doing some work with them here coming up. They have their 1-year anniversary coming up on the 10th of December. You might want to mark your calendars for that. That we have Jack Vance is going to be there. That kicks off at 7 o'clock. That is a free concert. Spoke with him today, matter of fact, and didn't realize that he's completely changed that place over the past year. He says that everything's made fresh. No real frozen foods or anything like that. I mean, obviously some things you have to freeze. They do have a freezer, of course. But it's not like they pre-make things and freeze it and then do it. Everything's made fresh, in-house, brand new menu, brand new thing. So definitely, if you haven't been out there, go check them out. Let me see, over at Anderson's Distillery. Used to be in Roanoke, just opened up here, a month ago or so, over at the old Red Yard. They're having their Tarot Thursdays. That kicks off at 7 o'clock, goes for a couple of hours. Get in there, check them out. They have good food. They had great food when I was over there. Definitely check them out, especially if you're hungry and want to actually eat something. And you did not go to Beaujolais more for whatever reason. Game Changers does their karaoke night. That kicks off at 7:30. That's a weekly thing as well. Again, they have great food there. Quesadilla is phenomenal. BLT's phenomenal. You're going to like all the stuff there. Go there, either sing or listen to other people sing. And I think they do some specials. If I'm not mistaken, between them and Dusty's, I think they do half-price burgers. They do some sort of a discount on burgers or something. You need to check that out, though, before you quote me on that with them. Let me see. And then that's Game Changers. Over at Dan Silverleaf, they're having the Dark Side of Oz. That kicks off at 8 o'clock, $15 advance ticket. And that is where they play The Wizard of Oz with The Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd album. And they watch that marry up, so you can kind of see how they coincide. If you haven't seen that before, you owe it to yourself to go check that out. Fun. It's really amazing how well they line up. It's almost like it was done intentionally. I'm not sure it is, but it's almost like it was done intentionally. Let's see. Kava Bar does their bingo night, okay, at 8 p.m. That's a weekly occurrence as well over there at Kava Bar. That's in between Steve and Dan's. You're right there. Let me see. We've got Dan Silverleaf. Oh, I just talked about Dan Silverleaf there. Let me see. Dusty's. They're doing their open mic nights. You've got that kicks off at 8 o'clock as well. That's a weekly thing. They on their wings. They do their food special. I think is 75-cent wings. Which they probably do the same thing at Game Changers. Great wing time. Who doesn't like wings? $7.50 gets you 10 wings. That's enough to fill you up, or it should be anyway, especially if you had their awesome waffle fries. And then we got, let me see, then we got Dusty's, and that's it. That's all we have for Thursday. And like I said, do me a favor, take a second, look to see what the description is, because there's not a lot going on Friday. There is a lot going on Saturday. It is full of shopping. It's shopping. There's spots all over town. It's crazy the amount of stuff you'll be able to do on Saturday, especially when it comes to shopping and other things. Also, just to kind of put a plug in the ear, over at Juliet's Jewels, they're doing a 2-day meditation workshop where you're going to be able to taught meditation, different techniques, what it's about. There are breaks in between. It's a kind of an all-day thing, like 9 to 5, I think is what it said. So, I mean, it's a 2-day thing. You can probably just go one day. It is limited space if it is something you're interested in and learning and you've been thinking about it. It's a great time. I meditate. It's one of the best things you could ever do for your mind, body, and soul. just technical breathing techniques. They teach you different techniques. So anyway, again, guys, hopefully y'all are enjoying this. If you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about it. Have your friends subscribe. We do have a lot of interviews coming up with a lot of local businesses that you get to learn about on some things. That's coming up really, really soon. It's actually in the works right now. Kind of dive deep into some of the things and some of the shops you may not know about. So it's going to be super exciting on that. Anyway, guys, again, that's Wednesday the 15th and Thursday the 16th of November. And we do look forward to seeing you out there. And again, as always, don't be afraid to say hi. Thanks, guys.